Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hard4Games channel. I'm your host Tony, and today we're taking a look at a new Zelda Ocarina of Time mod by MelonSpeedruns. It is Legend of Peach, tentative title, a mashup between Mario 64 and Zelda 64. Basically, imagine Mario 64's world, but built from the ground up in Zelda Ocarina of Time's ROM, but with a Zelda aesthetic, but also a Mario aesthetic. It's both. It's beautiful. So Melon got the idea from a Swanky Box video titled What If Mario and Link Swapped? And interestingly, Kays did the opposite with his Super Zelda 64 project, where he basically built out a Zelda game for Mario. When you start it up, it's uncanny. You know, if you've played Mario 64, and I'm sure all of you have, you know really what to expect in terms of the layout, but at the same time you don't because it's been tweaked and they're Zelda assets. The short demos of the castle grounds, the main castle interior, and the Bomb battlefield. And although it's short, I hesitate to give a spoiler warning for this video because it's like you all know what to expect in terms of the layout of these areas, but at the same time you don't, and it's like you know what it's going to look like, but then you see it and you're still very delighted by it. It's very strange. Anyways, there are little secrets and hidden items here and there throughout the castle grounds. You can even see later where the hook shot will come into play and you'll be able to nab a piece of a heart. Of course, you can also just use Game Shark codes and do the moon jump all the way over there, but be warned, if you do, Melon punishes you very harshly for this, because this will activate the owl conversation, and may God have mercy on your soul if you have to sit through it. I also really like the stained glass on the castle, very Wind Waker aesthetic here, it's very nice. Inside the castle, the other doors are cleverly cut off. There's not much to do here other than proceed to the first world, but, you know, the view is nice for what it is. So, Bomb Battlefield. Again, you know what to expect here. However, Link obviously doesn't move like Mario, so the design is just ever so slightly tweaked to make more sense. And like Mario with his multiple stars, there's a good amount to do here, both now and after you acquire new items. Honestly, what this really reminds me of is Hyrule Field. It's as if instead of a barren, empty field, we got a diverse, active, multi-layered one. The last thing I want to note about this area is that the end boss is original. It is a giant Deku Scrub. Now, I won't reveal the strategy regarding how to beat it, but just note you have to be careful here because if you aren't, you will get knocked the hell off the mountain. The creator also mentioned that some of these faraway treasures and items could be obtained utilizing speedrunning tricks and glitches, of which I have no idea how to do or how they work. So if you know how to, you can glitch your way around this thing apparently and get everything, but for the laymen, we will just have to wait until the mod progresses and we can get the appropriate items to be able to get these little treasures and treasure chests and such. Another fun little note is that MelonSpeedruns is actually recreating the Mario 64 soundtrack, but with the Zelda Ocarina of Time instruments. So here's an example of what that would sound like. Aside from that, I do want to mention that the demo is actually console compatible, because I know that is very important to some people. Here's some footage, RGB out, line quadrupled through an OSSC. And looking pretty good. So that is the Legend of Peach demo. It is short, but it is sweet. It's, again, fun to tinker around, and it was just kind of a delight to see. It kind of tickled the senses, because it took so many familiar things and just rearranged them all over the place. Aside from that, thank you all for watching. Thank you to our Patreon supporters on patreon.com for supporting the show. Certainly appreciate it, and we'll see you all next time.